Hi friends, let us start a new topic, sustainable habitat norms. Now, this is a small topic but the points included in this are very important. Let us start with the basics and then we will go deep down. Now, what is sustainable habitat? Now, this sustainable habitat refers to an ecosystem that manufactures food and shelter to the living organisms without any resource depletion. Now this is the crux point there, right? Without resource depletion. Write down the crux point. And external waste generation. Now they produce food without this, with these two norms, without external waste generation. I'll write down this point because this is very important. Now, due to these two important factors, now this sustainable habitat has been identified as one of the mission under National Action Plan on Climate Change. Now, this sustainable habitat has been included under National Action Plan on Climate Change. I'll write it as CC. The short form is NAPCC. Now it has 8 missions. Now one of the mission is our sustainable habitat. Now, the next concept what we will deal is National Mission on Sustainable Habitat. Now what is this? This is a comprehensive action plan which shows you the measures on climate change related adaptation and mitigation while simultaneously advancing development. Now see here, this mission will chart out the points, right? Will chart out the points regarding the measures taken on climate change, right? Measures taken on climate change, and the adaptations that has to be taken, right? Now this is the main objective of this national mission. Now what are the objectives of this national mission on sustainable habitat, right? Now see here, to encourage energy efficiency as a backbone for urban development, this national mission helps you to sort out these points. The first objective is extending the energy conservation building code. Now you are given with a rating called energy conservation building code. Energy conservation building code for the buildings in urban areas, right? Now it shows you the priority on waste management. And this is the crux definition, right? Waste management in urban areas. Now again, the third objective is intensify the application of automotive fuel economy standards, right? And also pricing standards, right? Fuel economy standards, it objectifies, right? Now the next objective of this mission is incentives for usage of public transportation. This point is very important, right? During Sheila Dikshit government in Delhi, she requested the people of Delhi in order to use public transport, which reduces your pollution to a drastic level. Now, even though upon the continuous request from the government, there is no much uh, improvement from the people because of the economy factors, right? Because of the economy factors, incentives for the use of public transport. When people are able to afford a car, then certainly they will not go down to public transport. This is your HR concept, right? Maslow's theory of hierarchy. Now, United Nations has designated the first Monday of October of every year as World Habitat Day, right? First Monday of October every year, right? Now, this is celebrated as World Habitat Day. Now, I'll write down this full form, right? World Habitat Day. Now, see here, it is nothing but to show that adequate shelter is the basic right of the people, right? Now, let us see the next concept called green buildings. Now, what are these green buildings? Now, these green buildings are also called as sustainable buildings. Sustainable buildings. Now, what this exactly refers to? Now, it refers to the practice of increasing the efficiency of buildings and their sites, which uses energy, water, and materials, which reduces the impact of human health and environment, right? Now, this is called green buildings. Now, I'll crux down the point, right? It is a practice of increase in efficiency of buildings. Increasing efficiency of buildings, right? Which uses energy, water, and materials. Now, through this, they will reduce the impact on human health. Impact on human health and environment. I'm writing down all the points, right? As this is the basic definition. Done. Now see here, these green buildings are designed to reduce the overall impact on human health and environment by efficiently using the energy and protecting the occupational health, right? Reducing the pollution, right? These are the main things. The definition itself says. Now, what are the benefits? Now, the major benefit is conservation of your biodiversity, right? Major factor, conservation of biodiversity. Now, improve your air and water quality. Improve your air and water quality, right? And one more benefit is that it reduces the operating cost, improve the occupant productivity. Now see here, optimize the economic performance. Optimizing the economic performance. These are general things. The definition itself is self-explanatory for all this, right? So I'm not writing this all the points. I'm writing only the crux points. Improve the overall quality of life. Yes, perfectly. and minimize the strain on local infrastructure, yes, and enhance your health, right? Occupational health. This we have discussed here. See, the entire definition itself is self-explanatory to know the benefits. Now, how to assess these green buildings, and are there any rating systems? Yes, there are many assessment tools and rating systems. India is currently having two rating systems. One is LEED and the other one is Griha. Right? Now, what is this LEED? What is the full form of LEED? Let us first discuss about LEED and then we will go to Griha. LEED means Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. I'll write down the full form. Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. Now, this is the full form. Now, this is the most popular green building rating system certification program which is used worldwide. It also issues energy compliance certificates. Now, it also issues energy compliance certificates. Right? Now, what are these ratings and what does include in these ratings? Now, LEED includes the rating systems for design, construction, operation, right, and maintenance of green buildings. Now, I will crux down this. The ratings are given for design, construction. The third point is for operation, and the fourth one for maintenance of the green buildings. Right? Maintenance of green buildings and also your neighborhoods and maintenance of your buildings and neighborhoods. Right? Now, all these objectives will help you building owners and operators to be environmentally responsible and use the resources efficiently. Now, this LEED was developed by a non-profit organization in US called Green Building Council. Green Building Council. Now, in short, we'll call it as USGBC. LEED was. Now, this is a non-profit organization. Now, this is the widely used rating system in North American countries. Now, see here, this LEED certificates will be of gold, silver, platinum certificates depending upon the rating and efficiency. Platinum, gold, silver certificates will be given, right? Now, LEED is backed up by Confederation of Indian Industries also, and it has been started using in India from 2001. It is backed up by Confederation of Indian Industries, CII. Right? Now, this is about LEED. Now, the next we will discuss about Griha. Now, what is the full form of Griha? Now, these full forms are very important. Focus on this, right? Green rating for integrated habitat assessment. For integrated habitat assessment. Right, which is nothing but Griha. Right, now, what is this Griha? Griha is also a rating system. It helps to assess the performance of the building. Right, now see here, which will be looked upon certain national benchmarks, right? Now see here, the rating will be given upon some nationally acceptable benchmarks. National acceptable benchmarks. Right now, what is the aim of this Griha? It aims to minimize the building resource consumption, waste generation, and overall ecological impact. The same likewise lead. Right now, Griha also evaluates environmental performance of a building. Now, it also evaluates environmental performance of a building. These are all discussed about the buildings only, right? So I'm not writing about the complete point. Now see here, over the entire, now this environmental performance of a building will be looked upon by entire life cycle. Thereby they will give a definitive standards. Thereby they will give you definitive standards for this building, right? By checking the overall environmental performance. Now it is based on accepted energy and environmental principles that are under the government norms, which strikes a balance between practices and the emerging concepts, right? Now these rules will be in balance with the emerging concepts also. Now Griha was adopted by Government of India in the year 2007. Right now, what is the strategy that this Griha will adopt? Now this Griha adopts R philosophy, right? R philosophy. Now this you have to be very perfect on this R philosophy. Now see here, what are these R's? The first one is refuse. Now the second one is reduce. Third one is reuse. Fourth one is recycle. And the fifth one is reinvent. Right? Now this philosophy is also called as 5 R's philosophy. R's philosophy or 5 R's philosophy. Now this Griha, Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment, currently operates under Adarsh scheme, right? Adarsh scheme. Now what is the full form of Adarsh? Any idea of this? I'll write down. Association for Development and Research on Sustainable Habitats. Now currently it is operating under this body, right? Association for, I'll write a full form once it was asked in the examination. For development and research on sustainable habitat. I'll write it as SH, right? Now this is the full form of Adarsh. Right now, what are the criteria for Griha? Now the criteria for the Griha are classified into 4 categories, right? Now there are totally 34 criteria, and these 34 criteria are grouped under the 4 categories. One is site selection. And planning. And the next one is building planning and construction. Building planning and construction. Now the third objective is category is building operations and maintenance. Third one is operations and maintenance. And the fourth one that you have to learn is innovation. Right? Fourth one is innovation. Now all these 4 criteria are given under these 4 categories. Now What are the variants under this Griha? Right? You have to learn the variants under this Griha. This is very important, right? The questions will be asked on this. Now, the first variant under Griha is Griha pre-certification. Griha pre-certification. Now, what this Griha pre-certification says? It is awarded to upcoming projects based on their commitment to comply with Griha. In accordance with official memorandum of Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Griha pre-certified projects are eligible to fast-track environmental clearance. Right? Now, see here, I'll crux down this point. Now, these are awarded to upcoming projects, and the projects which are awarded with Griha pre-certification according to Ministry of Forest, Environment and Climate Change, they will be eligible for fast track clearance. Fast track environmental clearance. So we have to crux down these points, right? Right. Now see here again one more important point. It is applicable to the projects with a built up area ranging from 2500 square meters to 150,000 square meters. Now these are applicable to only this range, right? 2500 to 150,000 square meters. This is what you have to remember. Now the next variant of Griha is SVA Griha. SVA Griha. Now what is this SVA Griha? Now this is a variation of Griha. Adarsh has developed this SVA, which is nothing but simple, versatile and affordable. SVA is nothing but simple, versatile and affordable. Right? Now see here, this is given for small projects, and this SVA Griha is applicable for the projects with a built up area ranging from 100 to 2500 square meters. SVA Griha. Right? Now this SVA Griha was developed by Adarsh. Right? Now the next variant of Griha is Griha LD. LD means large developments. Okay. Now what is this Griha LD rating system? Now these are given for large green campuses, townships and special economic zones. Now it is applicable for an area, built up area greater than 150,000 meter square, right? Or it must be greater than 50 hectares. LD means large development. Now already we have seen this green rating system is currently under Association for Development and Research of Sustainable Habitats. Now let us see about this organization, Adarsh. Now this is an independent organization, right, which looks upon the sustainable habitat development. Now it was founded by Ministry of New and Renewable Energies and TERI, right, Energy and Resources Institute. Right. Now Adarsh promotes this Griha rating system, which is given for green buildings and tools. Done. Now the next, we have seen the rating systems. Now let us see the environmental and ecological considerations. Environmental and ecological considerations of this. Right. Now, see here, what are the environmental considerations that you have to look upon? That is, your surrounding environment must be kept clean, right? And it must be in complete balance. So, in order to that, you have to create awareness how the ecosystem changes happen and how the inventions in technology can help you to to make this ecosystem sustainable and your generation of waste can be reduced, right? Now see here, and this objective is to prolong the life of the ecosystems, right? Its objective is to prolong the life of the ecosystems or your environment, right? Now see here, when this environment is impacted, automatically your ecology will also be impacted, right? Now how these ecosystems are impacted? Now observe here, your ecological considerations address more towards sustainability in ecology, right? If some part is missing, automatically see here your food chains and food webs will be affected very badly. Am I right or wrong? Yes. Now these are the considerations that you have to work upon. Now when an ecology with a part missing may continue for a while, but in the time it would fall apart. Now when you don't keenly observe about the considerations, then automatically your ecosystem will be destroyed. This is the main consideration that you have to focus on, right? Now the next concept what we will deal is green public procurement. Green public procurement. Now what is this green public procurement? Now this green public procurement is integration of environmental considerations in purchasing procedures in a public administration. Now see here, how to choose these environmental considerations, right? Now you have to choose based upon the products and services that have a minor or reduced effect on health and environment, right? Now see here, I'll crunch down the points. Green public procurement is nothing but integration of environmental considerations. Environmental considerations. Now, by purchasing the products and services, which helps you or reduce the impact on health and environment. Impact on health and environment is nothing but your green public procurement. Health and environment. Right. Now this is a process whereby public authorities, now see here, these products and services are procured by public authorities, which reduce your impact on health, right? Now this is the thing, who will procure this? Public authorities will procure these products and services. Now see here, this is the main measure that has undertaken to implement the strategies on sustainable development, right? Now the concept of the sustainable development was first given in United Nations a report in 1987. Right? Now commonly this United Nations 1987 report is called as Brundtland Commission. Brundtland Commission. Now, what is this Brundtland Commission says? Now, this Brundtland Commission characterizes the points on sustainable development and how to meet the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generations, right? Now, this Brunt Commission will help you to characterize sustainable development, right? That meets the need, of present without affecting or without compromising your environment for the future, for future generations, right? Now, this is what your Brundtland Commission says, right? Now, this is the concept regarding sustainable habitat norms. Focus on this topic and see about this green rating systems. That is very important for your examination, right? Thank you.